Oh yeah, look at that. That can be rolled up and actually secured as a sleep number pillow in the woods. So last weekend we were at a bushcraft prepper survival bushcraft expo in Kentucky. And those that watch my channel all the time, you know that I pushed that thing. We had like 2,500 people that showed up. I bought tickets, so those that showed up and I got to meet you and take pictures, I appreciate it. One thing that was there that caught my attention was this backpack right here. And the reason why it caught my attention was because it's advertised as a bug out, get home bag, bug out bag, backpack bed. Now, it's a whole lot more. For me, it's a backpack shelter. I'm going to briefly go over the features of this, but I want to get the thing put up so you can actually see what it can do. It's not meant for bushcraft and survivalists at all. They were strictly marketing it to people who are preppers, guys that want to bug in, bug out. And the thing about bugging in or bugging out, if you bug out to a location, you eventually end up bugging in at that location. So in a sense, this is a get out of Dodge bug out bag or a get home bag, okay? And it weighs a whopping 7 pounds. Now, whatever else you place inside of it, it can weigh 25, 30, 50 pounds. But coming in at 7 pounds for a complete shelter setup, that's an actual tent. That's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and check this bad boy out, talk about the features, and then we'll put it up in different configurations. Let's go ahead and talk about the backpack overall design. It's made by a company in Australia called Seasonfort. There's two different types of backpack beds that are currently on the market. One is called the Untamed and has a 3-season, 200 denier nylon design. This one here is called the Expanse. It is a 4-season and is also 200 denier nylon. Without getting too in-depth and too technical, you have a total of 13 pockets around the outside, top, bottom, and on the inside as well. This one right here is an added feature. It can hold a 3-liter water bladder. On the bottom, we actually have molly straps right here to add additional blankets or whatever you choose to carry. Turning this thing around, we have our 2 shoulder straps, a chest strap, carrying handle, and the very bottom, check this out, a bright orange rain fly, which will add extra water protection, as well as can be used for a signal panel, so it goes over the backpack. And on the opposite side, we have a tent pole, which we'll put together later, which will actually be used to prop up the front of your tent. Big disclaimer, this is not a gear loadout video. I'm not showing you what I carry when I bug out. I simply grabbed a bunch of items that I think you would need, and I threw it in there to show you how much can fit inside of this and still be room left over. Now keep in mind, there's an attached bedroll inside there, like an isomat, attached to the shelter, attached to the backpack that rolls up inside that backpack. The leftover space is anywhere from 22 to 25 liters. Now an Alice pack is around 35 liters. The main dump pouch of an Alice pack is around 25 liters. So you can get the idea that you basically have an Alice pack inside here of open space to fill full of items. Food, IFAKs, socks, things like that, okay? So let's go ahead and take that stuff back out and open the shelter up. All the items are out, and you can see the amount of space that you have inside here. It goes all the way down here. This is your shelter right here, your tent. Now keep in mind, this is rolled up. There's also an isomat in here for the bottom, for added comfort and to keep your body off the ground. The tighter you roll this, the more space in here you're gonna have. But that right there is about 22 liters of open space. There's also pockets on the inside here as well. On this side too. Let's go ahead and unroll this on the ground. First thing you want to do here is stake this thing out. You have a tab right here. I'm going to run this to the ground. Just going to put it in just about halfway because we can adjust it later. Opposite side, and then we're going to pull it down over there and make it nice and tight. On the back end, we'll pull it tight, stake it out, pull that one tight, stake it out. Now this right here is your built-in isomat. Those that served in the armed forces, say in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, you remember the foam roll-up mat. That's exactly what this is. It's a 1/2-inch isomat. It's got a reflective surface underneath here, and it is sitting on top of 600 denier nylon that's waterproof. It's got a rubber coating on it right here, so it can be thrown over the mud, or in this case, wet leaves. You have protection here, here, and then here. The inside rain fly actually goes over top of the backpack as well to keep it 100% out of the rain. And overall length, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost 8 feet in length, fully extended. On the top rain fly in the center, you have a Velcro pocket. Inside that Velcro pocket, you have a guy line and a grommet. We talked about a tent pole earlier. We'll get that out and I'll show it to you. You simply put the tent pole together, place it inside here, and then stake it out. Or take the guy line and tie it directly to a tree. So if you're in an open area and you have no trees, taking your tent pole, place it inside there, you have 2 guy lines, one to go that way and one to go the opposite to stake them to the ground. However, I have a tree right here, so I'm going to utilize one of these and just simply tie it to a tree. There's a built-in pole that will sit inside of a cup. Be propped up like that. Another Velcro pouch and a second guide line. They can be attached to a tree or pulled tight and staked to the ground. And lastly here you can stake out the front. You have a guide line or just a tab right there. There you go. Down and dirty, that's it right there. It took longer for me to explain it to you than actually do this. Like I said, you don't even need trees. Stake it to the ground. You got two guide lines going off like this. Ground, ground, done. This is meant to go up anywhere. Having trees is always a plus. Now, one thing I'm going to address real quick, because in America, everybody has an issue with the infamous word condensation. This is a 4-season tent. And in my opinion, if it means getting dumped on or getting inside this, I don't care about condensation. I'm going to get inside of this. But some people just can't do that. On the outside here, you have a large window. There's a rain flap on it right here. Everything goes down at an angle like this. So the flap is right here with it tucked underneath. So where's the water runoff going to go? Right across this and down. But simply taking the Velcro off, you now have a zippered window that you can undo here. With a nice rain flap that can be rolled up and actually secured. There's also one down here at your feet, as well as one in the front. So there's the one in the front right there. And there's the one at your foot. Like we talked about earlier, it's rubberized 600 denier nylon. And you have a tub. It goes up about 2 inches. And it zips all the way across here. So you have easy access to get inside this thing, zip it back up, pull this flap back over, and then simply stake it out and then do your final zip on the front. So me being 6'1", 225, there's still more than enough room here, at least a fist from my thigh to the top of this. I can turn on my side, lay on my back, looking at a little over 2.5 feet wide, and this is very doable. Right now, laying on that cold, wet leaves, I'm not feeling anything cold on me at all. So we've eliminated the conduction where the body heat is wicked away from something cold touching your skin or making contact with your body. So I have no doubt in my mind, zipping this entire thing up with a blanket, leaving a small opening to vent so I can breathe, I'll be warm in here all night without a fire. This is geared towards people who bug out or bugging out to a location to bug in or getting home. Now, for bushcraft and survival, I would add something like an axe sleeve. Enlarge the pockets on the sides, throw water bottles inside there. Something I can get access to really quick. The backpack is rectangle for your body. Somebody wide like me, it hangs low and wide. I have no problem with that. You get a 110-pound female or a child, the width of that might be a problem. It might be better vertically, a vertical rectangle. But those are all things that are geared towards different people. The market for this is pretty good. They sold like 25,000 of them to people who bug out and preppers and things like that. So the main purpose of this shelter is to stake it out into a tent. But we all know in our world, bushcraft and survival, we like tarps, A-frame, which is basically what this is. But when I see this flap, I can do a lean-to with a fire out front. I might not want to be in here trapped up where I can't see anything. I might want to lay out here. It might be too hot to button myself up in here. I do like how they made this 2-inch lip on here where you're 100% sealed inside. It means no bugs, no mosquitoes, no snakes. So use our standard Marlin spike hitch for our stake. Yeah, so something like this, in my opinion, is a lot better. We're blocking the wind still. And with a fire out in front there, that heat's going to come right to me. One full step away, we're going to feel that heat all night. So, and I can look out, I can see things. If it were to rain, I got a good 18, 19 inches of tarp stick out over top of me. And I'm tucked away back in here. Even the bag over here is covered. So this really isn't a problem for me. So basically we converted a bug out backpack into a bushcraft survival setup. So talk about versatile. I'm sold. So at the very beginning of this video, I showed you that this entire setup was inside this dry bag. It's one of the added bonuses that comes with the setup. That and I believe 1 or 2 small Mylar blankets. So this can be used for any number of things. The main purpose is storage. Get your setup just how you want it, place the bag over it. It can be thrown into a closet, trunk of a car, side by side. And the point is, it's waterproof and it's there when you need it. But being out here in the woods, what can I use this for? We just kicked all those leaves out of here. So for me, to be comfortable all night with my poncho liner and my shelter set up and my fire, this right here is a pillow waiting to happen. So just think of this dry bag as a sleep number pillow in the woods. The more you stuff it, the firmer it's going to be. Get about 3/4 of the way, and you can stop. And then do what a dry bag does best. Simply get it, put it together, and then roll it down. You get that air out of there if you want to. Close it down, roll it to your desired firmness. And then take it, buckle it, and there you go. Mystery can. I have no idea what this is. I actually did at one point. I think it's soup, but it got wet, and so I pulled the label off. Either soup or it's chili, one of the two. Or ravioli. That'd be nice. Let's find out what it is. It's my attempt to simulate the end of days. Rummaged around in an abandoned house. That's all we could find. And it looks like chicken noodle soup. I'll take it. on some of these, you have a food grade lining on the inside that needs to be burned off. And to be really honest, I don't know if you can tell that by the label. Maybe you could read it and it's on there. If there's no label, you're risking it, because if you burn off that label or burn off that food grade lining and mix it with your food, guess what? You're going to poison yourself over a long period of time. Or you can poison yourself right then. So it's not good to eat that. Some of these you can actually see them and some you can't. This one here I can't tell. There's yellow lines that go down the seam of this can where it was fused together. This one might not have any on it or any liner, but if you don't know, you know, why risk it? Oh yeah, look at that. So while we're waiting for that soup to warm up, I'm sure some of you have seen the rifle that I was carrying in the video. And I'll address that too, because someone's going to say it. If it's a bug out situation, where's the AR? Well, here's the thing. Been on YouTube for 14 years, and I'm smart enough to know that ARs are the evil black gun. So what I'm carrying today is an M6 Scout by TPS Arms. It's a 22 over with a 410 under. So it's 2 barrels on it, okay? Single shot. Those are not on the radar. You can get squirrels with those, rabbits. It's got a 410 shotgun on there. You have to shoot a coyote or something. Worst case, it does shoot a 410 slug, so you could take a deer down with that. It's a good game gun. It's something to have out in the woods and just, you know, get that small game. I'm never going to carry an AR on YouTube. I'm never going to show an AR on YouTube. And for those that don't like that, and they say, well, so-and-so does it, my suggestion has always been, go watch so-and-so. And at some point, you're going to hear that so-and-so got demonetized or kicked off YouTube. So I'm going to try and play by the rules, and the very fact that I brought a firearm out here, I'm risking it and risking circulation and hoping that it all works out. All right, nothing like chicken noodle soup. So here we go. It's excellent. Catch you all in a few. So here's our pillow. Go ahead and try this out right now. You know what? That's what I'm talking about. This is smoothing it, baby. And just with that fire over there, one full step away, we're actually feeling that heat right here. So we're trapping the heat like we talked about in our previous videos. So I'm happy with this configuration. And like we stated though, this is not the design intent. This happened by accident. Their design intent is to fully seal you inside here, give you windows front and back and overhead to vent condensation, keep you zipped up away from spiders, snakes, creepy crawlies, etc. But it will also perform bushcraft configurations, and I'm happy with this. So real quick here, this property is one of the school properties. I say one of because there's like 3 or 4 different properties that we're going to be bouncing between doing future classes with Buckeye Bushcraft. And I'm currently out here exploring the property, so why not do a 2-for-1 and do an overnighter so you can see what you're up against. I mean, there's cliffs everywhere, there's rocks everywhere. Once the trees start blooming, it's going to be beautiful. Creeks everywhere, streams, it's nice. So speaking of the classes, we have a Modern Skills Survival course in April. I believe it's the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and then we have one in May. I think it's the second week of May. And they were full. We went ahead and opened it up. So there's a few more slots left. Go to my video description box and click on Buckeye Bushcraft Modern Skills Survival course. If you're interested, check it out. The gear list is posted there, and on my Amazon link in my video description box. If you click on that, will take you right to where it says Modern Skills Survival course gear list. And wherever you don't have, go ahead and get it. And I'll see you there. So last thing here real quick is we're going to forego the morning breakfast because it's Saturday evening and my video is due tomorrow. I'm going to show you how to pack this thing up under a headlamp, and we're going to roll out of here. And I got to drive back, and hopefully I'll get back within an hour and a half and get the editing done before 10:30. I've always make my Sunday drops, by the way. So yeah, the video will be there. On that note, 50 cup and bottle sets just dropped to my Etsy store. So once again, my video description box, Etsy store, and we got 50 Corporals Corner cup and bottle sets. Good luck. I'm predicting 15 minutes. Let me know how it turns out. I don't want to get up. Whatever. Got 1 hour to get home and 2 hours to get the video out. I can do this. Man. So the beauty of this system is if you're working with a small blanket like a poncho liner or even a thin wool blanket, you can go ahead and actually leave it inside of your system, because what you're going to do here is roll it up into your backpack. That way it's there when you need it. So we'll place this inside here. We'll zip it up. And then now from here, we talked about at the very beginning, the tighter you make this, the more room you're going to have inside that backpack. Like I already mentioned, I'm not an affiliate. I don't get a dime for this. They sent me a free backpack, and I showed you what their intent was. I showed you how we could turn it into what we do out in the woods, bushcraft and survival. And then I gave some constructive criticisms about the loops, as well as adding some grommets, making an axe sleeve and then a larger pocket for a water bottle. So hopefully they see this and 2.0 that bad boy. And some people, again, will find the length of it cumbersome. For a wide person like me, it's not a problem. Maybe turning the thing vertically, that might be cool too, or at least give that option. Other than that, I mean, check it out. I'll drop that link in my video description box. Again, there's a 3-season and a 4-season, and that one there was the Expanse, which is a 4-season. On that note, it's going to end this bad boy off. All the gear in my videos can be found in 2 places. One, my Amazon affiliate page, and 2, my Etsy store. Both links are found inside my description box. Now please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.